Hello, this is Tara Nolan with my horse Donzer, and I'm going to narrate for you our test 3 and what we plan to work on between now and championships. On our first medium trot, I need to hold him back and half halt a little better because he has a burble, because he just goes a little bit beyond what his balance can hold. Coming around to our first shoulder in, I did not prepare soon enough, so I need to establish that bend sooner, and so then I can really be into it before E. Our 10-meter circles still feel a little fishtaily. You can see he kind of spins out right here. So what I need to have him is more up and through, responsive off the leg. So we're playing around with getting that impulsion and power with the half halt. I feel like I got his haunches moving pretty good. We can tell at the end I was leading with the haunches, so I need to keep more shoulder in and bend in that. Coming into the corner, preparing for the extended trot. Same problem. I let him go just a little bit beyond what he can balance, and we have a burble. So I just need to work on really half halting that, half halting that, half halting that. Coming around for the halt, I want to keep the trot going and then get a good stop. What I remembered to do here was to ask him to back up with my belly, and that kept him from getting above the bit, which is what the problem we had the last test. Here I did start the bend sooner, so I think it helps for the shoulder in, but that transition from the shoulder in to the half 10-meter circle is a little, I feel like we need to maybe lose a little bit of the power or get him just to come up and balance a little better. Here I have to lift my hands up to get him to lift the pole up for a moment, because he does like to kind of get his pole down low. This direction I think I got more bend, and this is more what I want my half pass to look like. Right there before C, Donzer thought we were turning right, so I didn't prepare him well enough for that. These turns on the haunches, I really was very active with my spur and hands, not subtle. The reason I did that was in the warm-up he kept sticking and spinning. So my husband was watching, and when I went tap, 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 tap very clearly, then he did not stick. So he got a little fussy in the head, but he walked on through both of the turns. And I just wanted to put a stop to that habit that he was getting into of sticking. The haunches did go out a little bit at the end there. That's just something I'm working on feeling. Sometimes I can feel it, I can't always feel it though. His back was nice and relaxed for the medium, and I'm not sure, usually he gets it a little bit tense, but then the extended walk is normally his thing. So here I'm just moving my hands with him and just going with this process. Coming up for the prep, sometimes he likes to anticipate this walk canter transition. So I've just been working on putting that outside hind leg back and then having the aid clearly be my inside. Coming down center line, I've been told by my trainers to have a shoulder in first and then move the haunches over. Somehow here I was looking at the judge, but I still ended up pushing his haunches over before we started the half pass. I have his haunches a little bit in, holding him to the counter canter because he's been anticipating. And here he waited and did the change when I asked, but it ended up being late. But I'll take that over him taking the change and taking over. For our extended, this time I sat up and held him, but it's still getting a little running in on the forehand, so I probably need to just half halt better and get more push from behind. We didn't really come back very well before the turn. That was better, going straight before the half pass started. Going here, he didn't want to move sideways. I'm not really sure why we were having this argument. And then he flipped the lead, and he flipped back, and then he did the lead correctly. But he got pretty stiff and tense after that. As you can see, I'm bouncing up out of the saddle. So our release over center line was not as good as it could be because he was still trying to throw my seat around. So we'll just have to work on that process. Then we're coming around the corner, doing a right half halt before we get in. I think I need to collect even more, and then we go for it. He does like to go for it though. I'm working on sitting up straight and not riding like a cowboy. Coming back. So we need to get our backs a little better from those canter transitions. Here he got tense and felt like he was going to flip a change on me, so I really pushed his haunches over on purpose just to get him to not do that because he did it the day before. Halted X. Overall pretty good ride, and got our things to work on.